Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're watching the hidden meaning behind Childish Gambino's Littlefoot, Bigfoot. It's all going to be explained first. 3-minute video, just real quick.
Childish Gambino just made his return to music with a powerful statement that's more relevant to this Drake-Kendrick beef than you might think. He released Ada Vista, a fleshed out version of his fourth studio album, 3/15/20, flipping that date by releasing it on 5/13, where he revised and added a lot of new features to many of the songs from the original, including Littlefoot, Bigfoot, an updated version of 35/31 from his last project. The lyrics tell a powerful story about a person who lost his father to prison, following right in his footsteps with a life of drug dealing and crime. Gambino's character performs this trauma in song form with a happy, upbeat energy, but nobody cares until they see violence. It's a very relevant story about the music industry and how little things have changed for black artists since the days of the artists.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I was saying that
it gave a lot of This Is America vibes.
Things have changed for black artists since the days of the artists he makes reference to in the visuals, like Cab Calloway and the Nicholas brothers, not to mention the dances from Beyonce's Single Ladies. It kind of reminds me of what J. Cole said when he dropped out of the Kendrick-Drake beef.
Niggas wanna see blood.
It also reminds me a lot of the themes of Spike Lee's Bamboozle, a commentary on the way black artists, their pain, and the pain that they cause other black artists, are used by the industry for entertainment and profit. The skit at the very start of this video makes direct commentary on the music industry and record label contracts. The character played by Quinta Brunson, who Glover just praised for her role in
Quinta Brunson. Jesus Christ,
Abbott Elementary, right. Booked Gambino and his group as entertainment with no regard for them as people. She makes it clear that the club isn't responsible for injury to instruments and includes the performers themselves as one of those instruments that are in danger.
We are not accountable or responsible for any damage to any instrument, including your body.
Gambino even comments on how these situations could be staged, that the artists get set up on purpose for the audience's entertainment. And it's a good point to consider, seeing how dramatically artists' listeners go up after their death. It's not just that the audience doesn't care until there's violence. There's also a suggestion of the industry inciting.
I would say it's not that part of it, but I do say that a lot of people who have not listened to the artists or did not give the artist a chance after their death, they feel a little bit more like kind of not forced to do it, but like more open to do it because they're the artist is now deceased. Because I feel like that's why a lot of, like, when Nipsey Hussle died, a lot of people didn't know about Nipsey Hussle. Like, a lot of people didn't know about Nipsey Hussle until he died, and then his music skyrocketed. I feel like X was a little bit more known, and a lot of those fans were actual fans of his. But, like, honestly, like, when an artist dies, I think a lot of people who weren't going to listen to their music is now more open to it because that's the only music that they have. You know, obviously they drop a lot of posthumous albums, but, like, it's not the same as when they were alive and they were performing and stuff like that. So I do think a lot of people will be more open to give artists a chance after they pass.
And being behind the scenes of that violence, with Quinta's character asking someone for a mop, knowing that the stage is going to end up bloody.
Benny, get the mop, baby boy. Gonna be some blood and yeah.
Coupled with the way that a separate figure completely unrelated to the performance is the one that interrupts the show with a gun, as if he was planted. The way this character comes at Gambino with a gun pointed at him, but ends up dying without Gambino doing anything. It's kind of a confusing scene on purpose. It adds to the sense that something about this violence is manufactured, set up to make heroes and villains, and at the end of the day distracts you from the cry for help in the actual song lyrics. But the audience didn't care about that cry for help or the artist anyway. Laughter only breaks out after the death, and now all of a sudden everyone's interested in the show and learning how Gambino moved. In a lot of ways, this feels like a sequel to This Is America, and the focus on the line reminded me of the line in This Is America. Movement can refer to the drug trade that the character is talking about, and movement can also be dance, commenting on the cultural significance of black dance in this country, but how easily it's
imitated or stolen. But I also would say that a lot of people will look at the dance versus would listen to the actual lyrics, because like this like if you listen to the lyrics, he's obviously talking about selling drugs. Like, he's obviously talking about selling drugs, but a lot of people are going to look at the dance move and like, oh man, look at the dance moves. Oh, look at Bino, look at him dance. I didn't think he could dance like this, like stuff like that. Versus listening to the actual lyrics. So in a way, he's proving his own point by doing the thing that is being like the main reason, the main topic of everything. Like, smart as shit. This is like crazy. Like, he's literally telling you what you're doing, and then shows you so you can do what he is telling you what he's doing. Like, that shit is crazy.
And the black artists behind it are separated from and not properly credited for their influence. We only care about those artists when tragedy or trauma is involved. I saw a comment that summed it up perfectly. He made a commentary about how we make people feel good by making music about hurting each other. I've seen people say this song sounds like mall music, and that's the point. Gambino is exaggerating the direction that the commercialization of violence is going in, creating a dystopia set in the past where people dance and sing along happily to a song that the artist has to put on a mask to even create. And the nudie feature that just feels like a separate song at the end, there's a reason for that too. If you really think about it, Glover and Nudie were really rapping about the same thing. The contrast between the verses that have the same subject matter shows how easily we could ignore the lyrics and the reality of artists when it's dressed up with the energy of the Gambino part, perfectly capturing the dichotomy at the heart of the song. Like Three Stacks once said, "Y'all don't want to hear me, you just want
to dance." Damn. So I also question that nudie part because, like, from a music perspective, it just didn't fit, right? But the fact that he's talking about the same shit in the song and it's dancing and stuff like that, shit, I fell into the trap. I fell into the fucking trap. He's literally saying, like, this, we're gonna like enjoy this and this, and then when this happens, and it's like it's damn near a whole different song, and he's talking about the same shit, and it's just looked at differently because it's not shown a dance. I fell into the trap. Bino up 1. You feel me? Bino up 1, Key 0. I appreciate you watching, and until next time, peace.